Welcome to the INA Service Pin announcement. Thank you to GTM Payroll Services for sponsoring the Service Award Pin.
GTM Payroll Services congratulates this year's INA Service Pin Award recipients. Thanks for your meaningful contributions to the household employment industry. GTM has been involved with INA for nearly 30 years, working with agencies to provide household payroll and tax services to their families nationwide. We help agencies convey the importance of legal pay to families and nannies, especially during the current health crisis. Paying legally allows employers to receive tax credits and nannies to receive critical unemployment and paid leave benefits. Please visit gtm.com/household for more information. Congratulations again to the 2020 INA Service Pin Award winners.
The INA Service Award Pin is presented to nannies, NCSs, educators, placement agency owners, other industry businesses and their staff who serve the in-home childcare industry. The Service Award Pin programme originated within the National Association of Nannies, NAN, in 1995. It was brought to the INA in 2010 by the dedication of many former NAN members with the same goal of recognising those within the home childcare industry for their hard work, dedication and commitment to professional excellence. The INA greatly appreciates the dedication and generosity of these individuals. Meet your Service Award Pin Spring 2020 recipients.
Mandi Craig. Mandi's story starts with the typical cliché of someone unhappy with their career choice. After looking back at her college days, she reflected on the youth outreach she participated in during those years. It was finally clear what she should do. She decided to return to school. During her time in school, Mandi thought of becoming an elementary school teacher, so she accepted a part-time job as an assistant director with a before and after school program. With the program, working with the preschoolers was an assigned task of hers from time to time. These assignments showed her where her heart truly lies, working with the preschool age group. After completing her certification, Mandi was hired with a small Seattle preschool and finally found fulfillment in her career. 3 years later, the school closed down due to the hard economic times. She was very sad, but an amazing opportunity came along. A family at the school was in need of childcare immediately. They had just had their second baby, and the mother's plans to return to work right as the school shut down created a necessary opening for someone to help them. Mandi became a temporary nanny with teaching duties while they searched for another school. Well, that temporary position turned into a 6-year and continuing position. As a nanny, she was able to put her skills to use on a higher level with individual care, but also build a connection with families that she never achieved in the classroom.
Rebecca Pearcy. Rebecca has always had a love for children. At age 16, she became a babysitter for her local community in England and worked as a teaching assistant at her high school. She then took that experience and applied it across multiple fields, a program assistant at a child development centre, youth centre and teen centre. She engaged in this work while completing her child development associates. Upon graduation, she coupled her professional and educational interests and launched a children's theatre company teaching the basics of theatre and producing live shows. Rebecca then transitioned to being an on-call nanny for 20-plus families over several years until she co-founded Windsor House Care, a corporate backup care agency and an award-winning nanny and babysitting agency in Austin, Texas, Windsor House Nannies. Over the past 5 years, her agency has been responsible for over $2 million in salaries for Austin nannies and has received 4 awards and 1 nomination for Best Nanny and Babysitting Service Agency locally. Despite her current responsibilities, Rebecca still finds time to occasionally provide nanny services for one family, as the personal relationship she still fosters with the children remains extremely important and valuable to her. But she looks forward to the day when she's in a similar position as her clients, searching for the top-tier INA member childcare for her own family.
Victoria Rawls. Victoria is passionate about children and has a deep wealth of experience gained over the past 16 years working with children from all walks of life in a variety of capacities, as nanny, direct care in a foster home, teaching theater, dance, and literature, and as a mother. Through further education of various child care philosophies, she is an advocate of 6 rules when working with children: patience, respect, encouragement, continuity, communication, and love. In late 2014, Victoria co-founded an award-winning nanny and babysitting agency in Austin, Texas, Windsor House Nannies. The agency seeks to provide the highest quality of nanny care to families in Austin, Texas, and the surrounding area. Subsequent to this, Victoria also co-founded Windsor House Care, a separate company focused on providing corporate backup care. Over the past 5 years, her agency has been responsible for over $2 million in salaries for Austin nannies and has received 4 awards and 1 nomination for Best Nanny and Sitting Service Agency locally. Victoria is active in the Austin birth and parenting community, regularly speaking at local events and in small group settings. As a mother to a 2.5-year-old boy, and due with her second in March of 2020, Victoria now fully understands and deeply appreciates the hard work, value, and peace of mind a professional nanny can bring to working mothers.
Maribel Avery. If children are the future, then Maribel Avery has dedicated her life to the future. Since 2001, Maribel has pursued her life's passion, a genuine love and dedication to children. The Stockton, California native got her start as a nanny while living in Southern California, where her energetic, fun and caring yet firm personality made her extremely popular with parents and children alike. Her drive to help children would lead her to earn a Bachelor of Arts in Early Childhood Education Administration in 2016, one of the first in her family to graduate from college. Maribel's talents would eventually take her to Hawaii in 2017, where she quickly earned a reputation as a hard-working, dedicated, compassionate and professional nanny who loved the children she cared for as much as their parents. But Maribel was not satisfied with the status quo, and in 2018 applied all her knowledge and experience to open 808 Nanny, and within a year became the top nanny referral agency in Hawaii. She continues to innovate and change the way that children are cared for, always improving and labouring for what she loves most, children. Maribel currently resides in Honolulu with her loving husband Joseph and their loyal boxer Winnie.
Rachel Lawrence. Rachel has worked as a nanny, has operated her own boutique nanny placement agency, and as a working mom, she's also a nanny employer. Most recently, Rachel served as the operations manager for the International Nanny Association and subsequently as a placement specialist for a large agency. Rachel is a big proponent of developing and adhering to high industry standards. She has held membership in the INA and has also served on their board of directors. In 2008, Rachel was awarded the Young Entrepreneur of the Year award for her commitment to excellence by a partnership of regional and national small business associations. She regularly attends and often speaks at industry conferences, including those put on by the Association of Premier Nanny Agencies, Nanny Palooza, INNTD, and the INA.
Erin Loudoun. Erin is a professional nanny who has worked in England, the UAE and Canada since 2004. She was born in Toronto, Canada, and grew up in a small Ontario town, lifeguarding and babysitting until travelling to Nunavut in 2003 to work as a lifeguard for a social program for children. Following that experience, she moved to Twickenham, England as a nanny and began her career with the 4-year-old twins. After 3 years, she moved on from her first family, working with various clients around the Greater London area. Eventually marrying and intending to pursue a career with the London Metropolitan Police. During her training to be a police officer, which took place on Sundays for many months, she continued to work 50-hour weeks as a nanny. In 2011, a job opportunity for her husband took her to Dubai, where she worked as a nanny, tutor, shadow and super nanny over 5 years. After the birth of her daughter in 2014, Erin returned to work as a full-time nanny until March 2016, when she and her family returned to Canada. Since then, she has worked in Montreal and is currently a full-time nanny for a 2-year-old.
Greta Schraer. Faithfully serving in the childcare industry for over 20 years, Greta has worked as a professional nanny, youth minister, nanny community director, and nanny placement agency owner. In 2009, after being introduced to the nanny world at her first INA conference, Greta began gathering professional career nannies together in Cincinnati for the first time. Offering training, playdates, and peer support, Cincy Nanny began as a nanny community. In 2015, Greta founded Cincy Nanny LLC, an elite placement agency. She expanded beyond supporting community and training to also connect families and career nannies for employment. Greta lives her core values of integrity, loyalty, innovation, collaboration, and purpose through her work. Tangibly, this looks like requiring legal pay and thorough screening, sharing strong communication and efficient processes, providing excellent training, creative events, mentoring leaders, and sharing her unique voice and purpose within the nanny industry. Greta serves as the first vice president on the INA Board of Directors and was awarded the INA Nanny of the Year Award in 2010. Leading with integrity, locally and nationally, Greta has a heart to elevate the nanny industry overall while empowering all women in the workforce. Providing excellent jobs for nannies, excellent support for mothers, managing both family and career, and ultimately enriching the lives of children.
Wendy Viloria. Wendy was born in Venezuela. At an early age of 8 years old, she started to babysit her brother. Growing up with a lot of responsibilities made her develop a special maternal instinct. She has always felt that the best thing she can do is to take care of others. Wendy has an experience as a nurse technician. She then became a medical assistant in a pediatric office, where she realised her passion for helping patients in the medical field was nothing compared with the joy she felt when taking care of children. She always tries to help children in need. She volunteered in a public library in a small town where she was living in Sicily. She also spent a year as an au pair in France, where she continued to improve her French. Her first family was a large family with 7 children. She also gained experience with twins, and 5 years ago she started to work primarily as a newborn specialist. In all these years, Wendy has learned the importance of not only taking care of all the children that she works for, but has also been able to apply her passion for food and introduce her little pupils to healthy and organic homemade food, since she cooks her own baby food. All of her travelling, languages, culture, passion for cooking and her love for children made her find the magic formula to become a travelling baby nurse, sleep consultant and a nutrition and food advisor. One of her references says, "Wendy exceeded our expectations. We trust her at the point that we can leave her alone with our children for a 1-week vacation." Wendy is constantly learning and renewing all her knowledge. She has been a proud member of the INA since 2012. She tries to attend all INA workshops and conferences every year to learn and stay up to date for what she considers her mission in this world. This helps her prepare babies to be happy and healthy in the journey we call life.
Kim K. Morgan. Kim grew up on the Caribbean island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where her nanny career first began caring for a 4-month-old boy from London. Being an only child, she always had a passionate desire for children. After migrating to the United States, Kim continued forging her path as a nanny while attending college. Upon completion and certification, followed by an internship, she quickly realized sitting behind a desk wasn't meant for her and gained a full-time nanny position. Her love and passion for what she does became more evident when she was told it didn't look possible for her to have children, the one thing she wanted more than life itself. She is now the proud mother of 2 boys. With over 20 years of experience working with newborns, twins, multiples, and school-aged children, Kim strives to maintain excellence in her skills through continued education and child care-based training. She attended her first Nannypalooza conference in Philadelphia in 2018 and her first INA conference in New Orleans. Kim recently became a CASH-certified advanced newborn care specialist and also has training as a CAPA new parent educator and a trained pediatric sleep specialist. Her goal is to make the transition working as a newborn care specialist, where she'd continue empowering families with confidence and reassurance that they can be the best parent possible. She plans on starting her newborn care LLC business.
Starla Smith. Most businesses are built around products or services. It is a rare few that are built around passion. Starla has built household staffing on passion and has validated it with experience and credibility. Starla knows the in-home professional families want to hire don't come from an impersonal search. For Starla, it is not about placement fees, it is not about searching databases or talking to salespeople. It is about learning who her clients are and translating that knowledge into action relative to finding the right household staff member for them. This is her passion. It is what drives her every day. She bought household staffing after working as a lead domestic placement counsellor for 13 years. Under her direction, she has taken a good service and made it great. Starla says of her innate passion for staffing, "I think it is challenging for most of us to know exactly what we are going to do when we grow up. Though I have to admit, when I look back on my childhood, it makes perfect sense that I'm running a business that centres around helping people find staff for their homes." From a young age, she always valued what home meant to her. She believes this is why, after only a short conversation, she knows what home means to her clients.
Christy Kane. After high school graduation and 2 years of undergrad work at Lakeland College, Christy Kane graduated from English Nanny and Governess School in Ohio. Her classwork and subsequent graduation started her on a 30-year career as a child care specialist. Emphasizing early childhood development, Christy has taught and cared for numerous children, from newborn to preteen, and from single charges to entire families. She has experienced the life of a live-in nanny, full-time daytime nanny, and part-time before and after school care. Years of nannying have given Christy a wealth of experience and valuable resources for her preferred area of work. Her home library and resource room show the importance she places on good, age-appropriate storybooks to handcrafted learning aids. From daily childcare duties, nutrition, and health care, Christy has enhanced her charges' lives by working with them daily with learning experiences from beginning sensory enhancement, sign language, to concrete math and geometric experiences, and preschool letters, numbers, and reading. Through her years of childcare, Christy has continued her education and knowledge base, taking classes and seminars in various subjects such as SIDS and shaken baby syndrome, signing for babies, sleep training, music for children, positive discipline, art for children, and breastfeeding support, among others. She is a former member of NACY and became an INA credentialed nanny in 2019.
Ginger Swift. ABC Nannies would be nothing without the vision, passion and fortitude of their founder, Ginger Swift. Ginger started ABC Nannies in 1994 after working through college as a part-time and summer nanny and working several years in sales, marketing and recruiting. Although successful in the corporate world, Ginger wanted to do more with her talents. She wanted to truly make a difference and expertly matching families with kind and trustworthy nannies to care for their children was just the ticket. Over the years, Ginger and her team have taken ABC Nannies from a small one-woman business to the largest nanny placement agency in Colorado. And of course, while working full-time growing her business, Ginger relied on the support of several experienced nannies to care for her 2 children, nannies she is still close to today. For the past 2 years, she has been working with night nannies, NCSs and doulas and placing them with Colorado families. When not working on growing ABC Nannies, Ginger focuses her time and expertise on improving the business practices of the in-home placement agencies across the country, as the acting president of the Association of Premier Nanny Agencies and a former board member of the International Nanny Association.
Debra M Brown-Adamo. Debra Brown-Adamo is the founder of Nannies Who Care, a full-service nanny placement agency. Debra has been serving all of Tampa Bay, Orlando, and Southwest Florida since 1989 with professional in-home childcare. Service also includes corporate backup childcare at hotels, weddings, conventions, and any group functions where childcare is needed. Nannies Who Care has expanded to include other domestic services such as errands, pet care, party serving, and also a supervised visitation service for civil and domestic cases. Debra has a legal assistant degree and has worked in the industry for 8 years prior to starting her business. Debra was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, has 3 grown children, and lives in Palm Harbor, Florida. Debra is currently involved in various fundraising and charity events through her networking groups such as Women in Networking and The Chamber. In addition, Debra is a guardian ad litem, where she is an advocate for the safety and welfare of children that have either been abused or are in foster care. Duties include visiting the homes of these children and attending court hearings to aid the system in finding a safe and loving environment for the children to grow. Debra likes to live by the motto, treat others how you would like to be treated.
Stacie Gebeke. Stacie has been a nanny for 30 years in North Dakota, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and now makes a home in New Mexico. She has cared for 38 children, including 3 sets of twins, in that time. In looking for ways to continue and grow and challenge herself, she has chosen how to encourage STAM for young children. She wants to encourage other nannies to bring this to their charges. She grew up in North Dakota, the youngest of 3 children, and surrounded by a large extended family. She became certified in CPR and first aid in 1980 to begin babysitting at 11. She left Fargo in 1988 and went to her first live-in nanny job in Pennsylvania. She worked for 3 families whilst there before moving to New Jersey in 1994. She lived in New Jersey until 2001 when she moved to New Mexico. She loves to travel for her photography, crochet, read and paint. She has been to 39 states and hopefully eventually would see all 50. She loves living in New Mexico and beyond the mild weather to enjoy with her charges. She loves the subtle colours found in the desert. She loves to camp at ancient ruins near turquoise lakes and under a multitude of stars far away from city lights. Early October mornings are often spent on the balloon fiesta field watching her former charge soar in her balloon.
Sandy Costantino. Sandra Costantino was one of the original founding members of the INA 35 years ago. She started Neighborhood Nannies Incorporated in Haddonfield, New Jersey in 1983, which was the first nanny placement agency on the East Coast at that time. She served on the INA Board of Directors for 30 years and on the Executive Board for decades. Additionally, she has been in charge of conference site selection and coordination since 1993. A member of various business organizations, she continues to support and mentor those involved in the nanny industry. She has been interviewed by various publications, asked to speak at many corporate events, and has been on many TV programs throughout her career by those wanting to learn about in-home childcare and nannies specifically, and the impact on the communities and parents' lives. Sandy continues to love what she does and shares the excitement of being part of the INA with people all over the world.
Wendy Sachs. Wendy is the founder and CEO of the Philadelphia Nanny Network. Having been in business since 1985, she is a founding member of the International Nanny Association and a member of APNA since 2011. For INA, she has served as 4-term president, 2-term co-president, a board member and secretary. During her career, she has lobbied on Capitol Hill regarding the au pair programs, becoming a national recognised expert on childcare, and has given more than 500 interviews to network television, national magazines and leading newspapers, including the Wall Street Journal, Philadelphia Inquirer, the New York Times, NBC, CNBC and CNN, The Today Show and The Oprah Winfrey Show. Her agency is the premier source for hiring household help in Philadelphia, its suburbs, temp care in NYC, as well as the primary care provider of corporate backup childcare in those locations. Having established the elite nanny program in Philadelphia and NYC, Philadelphia Nanny Network employs over 225 nannies. Wendy earned her undergraduate degree from Simmons College and her MBA from the University of Miami. She is also an alumni scholar of the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses Entrepreneur Program. Though her children are grown, though when they were young, she was a nanny employer.
Tonya Sakowicz. Tonya is an INA credentialed nanny, newborn care specialist, CAPA trained postpartum doula, and parent educator, as well as the owner and director of education for Newborn Care Solutions, a company dedicated to the specialized training of high-level newborn care specialists. She served 2 years as the co-president of the INA after serving for several years in multiple capacities on the board of directors. Tonya attended Central Washington University, has over 35 years of experience, and is a proud wife and mother of 2. She's also a certified eco-maternity consultant and green birth educator. Tonya is a founding member and serves on the advisory board for the Baby Dream Team, a group of dedicated newborn care specialists who offer their services as volunteers to families around the country experiencing the birth of higher-order multiples. Tonya was voted the Professional Child Care Provider of the Year in 2003 and nominated for the INA Nanny of the Year in 2004. That same year, she was deeply honored with a nomination by her peers for the National Association of Nannies Harriet Grant Memorial Award. In 2016, Tonya was honored with the DEMA Educator of the Year Award, and most recently, in 2017, was again honored as the DEMA Educator of the Year, and was the recipient of their prestigious DEMA Lifetime Achievement Award. In her spare time, Tonya likes to knit, cook, travel with her family, and explore the world underneath the sea through scuba diving throughout the world. Karen Yatsko. Karen E. Yatsko has been a newborn care specialist for the past 3.5 years. She is a Master NCS trained through Newborn Care Solutions, where she completed the foundational and advanced program in addition to their mentor programs. She has her CASH certification as an NCS. Karen is in the process of completing her New Parent Educator program with CAPA. She works as an NCS all over the New England area with Nightingale Night Nurses. Karen also owns her own company, Newborn Care by Karen. In her 32 years as a nanny, Karen has had the pleasure of working with 23 children and 17 parents. Karen has been a long-standing member of INA, serving on its board of directors for 6 years. She was a member of the Publications Committee, a contributing writer and previous editor of INA Vision for 2 years. Karen was also a member of the INA Nanny Credential Exam Committee and the INA Ethics Committee. She served 4 years on the INA Board Nomination Committee. She also volunteered as the INA Conference Roommate Coordinator and INA Conference Guide Coordinator for several years. She was an INA Conference photographer, facilitated INA Conference roundtables, and has been a speaker at several INA conferences. Her most memorable moments with INA were being nominated for NOTI in 1994, passing the INA Nanny Credential Exam, and receiving the INA Meritorious Service Award.
Congratulations to all our Service Award PIN recipients. Thank you again to GTM Payroll Services for sponsoring this announcement. If you would like to apply for the full 2020 Service PIN, please see the details on our website.
Don't miss the rest of our 2020 INA Awards and Honors.